Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Briar Harper's Backyard Projects. We're doing another video on the Malibu. Just catch everyone up on stuff that we've done the last couple days. Well, the last week or two, because I really ain't been driving it. Just go from there, guys. Before I start the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow the builds. We have 3 of these cars. One of them's a project, but I gave to my dad whenever I got home. The other one we have bought, tree fell on, destroyed the roof on, and this one's mine that I had. I'm sure you all watched other videos, but let's get right into it. So first thing we done is put a new radiator in it. I was driving it to work this week. It's hard to tell. Don't know if I hit a bird or hit something. Whatever happened, it busted, was pouring out the bottom, but nothing hurt the grill. I went ahead and painted the mechanical fan. Done some adjustment with the carburetor. Still not perfect, but it's getting there. And this mess of wires, having problems with the heat. Heat would not work, would not come on. We could get it to work. It would work about 2 days and the heat would shut off again. Wouldn't come back on. Found the resistors, replaced those with just other ones off the other cars, and replaced this piece down here. I'm not sure what this is called. Replaced both them, got it to work. Still was not getting a juice to it through the hot side. We found out the factory wire was the green wire here, so I put a fusible link in it. Me and my dad, we jumped it off from the fuse box to an ignition source, so the heater I can control from the inside. All that still works, but it don't work unless I turn it on. That way it wouldn't just kick on, stay on, and unplug from under the hood like somebody had done it before. Gonna mess with the intake later. I'm getting a little bit of oil on one side. You can see it down there, right here. Let's get these wires out of the way. But it's getting a little bit of oil from the inside somewhere. Don't know if it's leaking around the intake or the bolt might not be tight. Haven't really got into it to look. New master cylinder. All the brake lines are brand new from the porcelain valve back underneath the driver door. Both sides, all that's good. Done some more adjusting with the spring. Changed the throttle spring because it wasn't pulling the throttle all the way forward, so it was running high at a RPM idling wise. In the process of getting rid of cruise control, just need the other cable that gets rid of all that. Put a new steering box in it. Now got all the play out of the steering wheel. On the side, not really much has changed. Finally got the Landau piece off that come with this car in the trunk. You can tell the bottom corners there and there, somebody did break them, or they're all just so old, they're brittle, they broke off. On the inside, we've done quite a bit. If I can get the door open, a lot of odd and end stuff. Got new door seals. I need to still screw it on underneath the door panel. Haven't messed with that much. New door seals are on, keep the weather stripping good. Same up here. Have a little bit of a gap, but it seals good. Still got to put the screw underneath this side as well. On the inside, okay, before, whenever we would pull the light switch, the headlights would only work on high. Couldn't figure it out. Dimmer switch for the headlights. We replaced the button right here. The headlights work on high. Like I said, they wouldn't work on dim. It would just be no lights whatsoever. So we took the whole cluster apart. I cleaned it, cleaned the front of the gauges, put LEDs behind the speedo, so the speedo actually lights up nighttime at green. The gas gauge, it's still white, and the clock don't work, but it's white as well. We replaced the windshield wiper switch and this switch because they're both linked together on the same board, basically. And still wouldn't get nothing, so we tested some wires, checked the headlights, the back of the 3 prongs that plug on. Them were good. So we went to the column, replaced the piece that the rod goes down into on the inner side of the column. That is basically the dimmer switch. Replaced it, headlights work now. So that was bad on the column as well. Cleaned up the heater face a little bit, tried to take the screen off, that way the stuff is visible. Heat works now, got all 3 gauges hooked up. You can see my battery gauge is working. Oil pressure when we started, about 45, 50 pounds, so that's good. No temperature gauge. It is working properly now, because when the radiator busted, it was not working right. It would get to about 200 degrees and it would stay there. And until I would idle, then it would come down. So everyone that I talked to, everything my dad looked up for me, I researched. Everyone said that's probably the radiator getting stopped up over the years. So Radiator busted, went ahead and spent the money and got a new radiator. That did fix the problem. So that was a good help there. Thanks, guys, to the ones that did give me the tips for that. And my dad for researching everything. But that did fix the problem. It gets to about 205 now. As I'm driving, it gets down. All the stuff cools like it should. It goes down to about 180-ish, 190-ish. Till the car heats up again. Then cools back down when the thermostat opens. So that's a great thing there. Haven't replaced the door seals on the passenger door yet. Haven't gotten around to that side. Just doing a lot of main little piddle stuff. Like the brake work. We replaced the steering box. We replaced the entire column because this one had so much play in it. You couldn't really hold it in the road over about 50. We put the new dimmer switch on it that was on the other column as well to fix all that. And we tightened up the window. So the window sill's good now. But where I don't have the weather stripping on the outside of the door, you can see in certain pieces, like there, it's got it, and the rest of it's broke. The window is actually adjusted out too far now. So it does not seal as good, but whenever I get the factory weather stripping, that won't be a problem at all. So back here, sanded this piece a little better. Still got little places. I know, guys, it's hard to see. I will fill it later. Just done this for winter time to protect it. Got the chrome on the back window again, so that makes a big difference. Don't look as junky. And something else we've done back here, the chrome piece right here, the one that's wrong with the trunk, this wasn't even on this car. It was on our parts car over there with that one. So I went ahead and like, well, it'll look better. So me and Dad drilled the holes. We put that on there. That wasn't a big deal. It pretty much clips onto each side. Figured that out. And this side of the car still looks the same. Got some of the stains off from where the rust was. From where the top held water for years. Guys, hand cleaner is the trick on this stuff. And I'll show you some more tricks we've done with the hand cleaner. But we did fix the Landau thing. Both of these were faded out white on my car. Masked everything off, painted it satin black. It's got a good finish. I do need new emblems because these are faded white, and I'm going to go over the letters with some silver paint later. I bought some touch-up paint that I plan to fix on them. That's really about it with piddling stuff mostly. Besides all the heater stuff, all the gauge work we did, we took the entire heater thing apart. All the little things in there, the vacuum stuff and all the springs, we completely cleaned all it back to copper. It was very corroded. So that wasn't a big deal. I wish I would have got a video on that to show you guys, but that wasn't nothing to really mess with. It's just cleaning everything, putting it all back together. Because everyone said the new ones you buy ain't worth as much and as good as the older ones. Pop the trunk here. Inside the trunk's good. It's a little dirty, stained, but no rust. I figured I ain't showed the trunk before, I don't think, so I was going to show everyone. It's great, solid. Got the other new door seal. Just keep antifreeze, brake fluid, stuff like that with me. We painted the stuff over the license plate. Somebody actually painted blue at one time. Really don't know why they would have done that, but the car has been painted. Another thing, got the trunk shutting better. We lined the trunk up. You can see the gap is a little bit closer over here. It's turned too much. And then over here, the gap is a little bit too far in, but it's still almost perfect. I mean, it's better than it was. And the chrome meets up. So that's a plus. But with the hand cleaner, we did try to spot on the roof. This roof looks very bad. I mean, it's been painted before. That was a spot with hand cleaner. Got it back decently smooth, guys. So definitely, if you got an old car, buy some hand cleaner that doesn't have a lot of grit in it. Guarantee it'll help clean up some of the stuff on your car. And get back to the Landau pieces here, guys. We do have one of these that actually has this piece in it. The other piece we have does not have the black piece. It just has the chrome because my dad, he used it on his blue car. So sorry to the guys that's been asking about that. I do not have an extra one. We do have a whole piece with this in it for the passenger side, but we do not have the black piece for the driver's side. We have the whole chrome piece that bolts in. If anybody's interested, just let me know, leave a link or message me, anything. I'm going to try and start selling parts here soon. just to make some extra cash for stuff we don't use, just etc. And also tried the hand cleaner on the hood. You can see the hood's really rough, paint's cracky, but just in this whole area right here, it cleaned it up again. It's almost the same color as the car and matching pretty much. Made it a whole lot smoother, but there's a lot of dirt and grime on this car, guys, where it's set forever. So that's just one more thing done. We've got to do the whole roof and the hood, but I'm going to paint the car later, so it's not really pressing right now. Did put a new power steering pump on it in the last video. Didn't really change much. I've still got a squealing with it, and we checked it. The fluid isn't spinning around on the inside, so I think I got a bad pump from AutoZone. I did order another one. They are going to replace it. It's just a simple fact of pulling the lines back off and losing more fluid, so on and so forth. So we haven't done that. The two wires over here that's running the battery, that controls the actual battery gauge inside the car that I put in it, and the fusible link, that's for where we run the heater to the inside. I know I've got some grounds loose, just little stuff. Don't know how big of a deal that is, but it's not tight. The screw does not tighten all the way. Get some leaves. But the front of the car, it's really all about the same. Did put a new license plate on it. My Beetlejuice license plate. One of my favorite movies. But all in all, it's getting better. It's just, sorry guys, I haven't been able to make a video in a minute. And we did also get the stereo working. It's just Bluetooth, got an aux port, etc. So that works now. And I wired up 2 speakers and just set them in the back window. They're old. Figured I'd just leave them in there. They did work. Carpet turned out great where I dyed it. Still got to do my panels, stuff like that. All this interior is going to be painted. And the seat might get dyed too also later. Just figuring out what I want to do with it. Got to replace the rubber on this side. Like I said, it's in the trunk. But that piece turned out great. That's with satin black, Krylon paint. It says it's 5 times stronger adhesive. And this back here was just gloss, just to keep it a little better preserved. But the car is getting there, guys. So that's the main thing. And walk over to the other car, explain what we got going on with it. We have done a little bit of work to it. Oh, such great cars. I would rather drive this old stuff any day of the week. Okay, we'll get to the first parts car. This is the one we have the extra piece on, guys. It is rough. I don't know if sun's baked it, but it has air bubbles in it. All this can probably get cleaned off, redone. I'm not real sure if anybody wants to put in the work, but we have this side. This is the blue trunk that come off the car we gave to my dad. This is the one I took the chrome trim off of. Back here you can see where it lipped factory on this car. This car is so bad lately. Like, we're taking everything pretty much off of it. Swapped the wheels finally. Didn't have an extra wheel, so bricks and that's the best thing. Put steelies on the front of it, just keep it off the ground. Gonna try and dye the carpet soon for my dad. He's doing all maroon interior, so that'll look great. And here's this pillar where we did take this piece off, guys. So he did use this on his blue car. He didn't use the whole piece. He just used the insert. Factory steering wheel, factory red seats, all that stuff. This right here is the other piece. It's in rough shape. I know some of these are worth saving because their guys are getting hard to find. So if anybody's interested, just give me a holler. Leave a comment below. We got the red dash. He already took the column out, swapped it in the other car, so that's good. And we about got all the pieces off this one. And the front bumper is going on the blue car, but we'll have extra bumpers. And here's what we got going on with this one. It does have the Krager wheels on it now. Open this door real quick. Did get his column in. Got the steering wheel cleaned up. This whole steering wheel was solid rust. So that's great. Cleaned up SOS pads. Got all the, what do you call it? Movement out of the column. He fixed all that on the inside. This column does have tilt, so wish mine did, but got to work with what we got. Dad also painted the door jambs. Sanded everything down. Turned out great. Done the outer doors all around. All that stuff looks good. Floor is in excellent shape. And that's really about it. He stuck the mirrors on, put the other wheels on it. We got all the front end stuff for his that we bought him for Father's Day. So all that is going on this car. Both cars, mine will be satin black, his is going to be gloss. We are swapping windows. This one is cracked pretty good. The one on the black car we had just put in. So the windshield, brand new, but brought home 2 more. So this one is going in my dad's, and I'm ordering a new one. And to the guys that's been asking me about a window, also, we have driver door, window, well, the other door. But this glass, somebody etched this back in the day. They put a stripe, something on it. It was double, but you can feel both of them. They etched the glass. But if anybody needs a window and you can fix it, or if you just want to put spin straps on it, cover it on both sides, more than welcome to. Got the Malibu Classics, thought I said Landau for a second. But we got them on the car. These taillights, 78s, will be going in the blue car, and the corner pieces will be changed. So that car is a real 78. It is a real Landau. Somebody already changed the corner pieces and the taillights also. I'm not really a fan of the 80 taillights, but people that like them, I don't see a problem with them. I mean, I like the slant on the corners. But each to their own. Everyone likes what they like, so that's the main thing. I'll show you guys this side. Door jambs, what he done on here. Door jambs look great. Oh, this side turned out good. A lot of sanding and then just final paint work. And so on and so forth. But both are coming along. And I think the other Landau piece he had already put on. Let me walk over here and check. I didn't think to mention that a second ago when I was on this side of the car. No, it ain't been put on yet, but it's in back of the window, ready to be put on. Because this piece was on there, but we took it out of the other. So that's what we got going on with both of them so far. If anybody wants to ask me questions, ask about parts, more than welcome to comment on my page, comment on the videos. I know I don't really show a lot of what we do, but most of the time it's just me and him working on everything, so we're trying to get done quick, and it rains a lot lately. It's getting colder out. So I know what I've done. I'm trying to record, trying to keep everybody updated. I know it's been 2 weeks since I made a video. And this car will be getting all updated to serpentine as well later. One thing you guys might recognize, it throws me off too. Alternator is supposed to be over here. AC should have been over here. Why they done that, and they made some homemade bracketries, don't know why. Unless they wanted the ground, because it's short ground, just to reach over. They probably done it that way just because. But in my opinion, should have left it alone. Just more work to fool with. And I want AC later, so that will be definitely something that gets hooked up on this car as well. The condenser still in front of it. Still have the heater core box. The dryer, stuff like that, I don't think I have, but we might in the building. So it's coming along. Got to finish grounding the rivets off the roof. Just haven't gotten around to that. I grounded 1 or 2 off over here. Still got that one, and got to fix this. No holes, but just surface. I'm trying to think what else we've done. Oh, new door locks. Door locks my dad put in while I was at work one day. So I didn't have to worry about that, because I got home, wanted to open the car, realized both doors were locked, and yeah, he played a prank on me, so that was a good one. And another thing too, guys, don't know if anybody's noticed this. I didn't notice it until this week, actually, but it is what it is. I mean, this looks better. This dash is a cover. I don't know if anybody would have guessed that, but you can see right here, they have silicone. Had silicone on the corners. That's where it's supposed to lock on and set, actually. But yeah, this whole top's a cover. So I thought that was cool. I mean, it saves the dash. The dash underneath is pretty rough. I didn't realize it till this week, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to worry about it. At least the cover looks good. I can always paint it, put it back on, and just keep the ball rolling. And whenever we took the gauges apart, the brake light stayed on. Don't know if the emergency brake, where it's broke off, was just keeping it tight, but everything was loose from what we could tell. But the actual lever itself was broke off, so the dash light stayed on. And that wasn't a very big deal, but it was just annoying to me having to drive it with the brake light always lit on, especially with a new master cylinder and new lines, new wheel cylinders in the rear, stuff like that. But that's the key on. There ain't really nothing that comes on with it. You can see the green. So them light up green. All the gauges light up green. Stereo, I can't change it, but the heater lights, they're still white or yellowish, whatever they were back in the day. But the car, it's starting right up. It sounds great. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The carburetor seems like it's running good. I do have to do a tune-up on it. Still does have a miss when I drive it, but spark plugs are rough. Wires are all mismatched, so on and so forth. So tune-up and whatever else we got to figure out with it, and it should be about lined out at least for winter until I can get here to next summer and just really dig into it and get it painted. New headlights, I want to put demon eyes in it. That's got the red LEDs around the squares. I want to paint the car satin black. Definitely look mean as hell, in my opinion. Everyone likes what they like, though. I always like the hot rod black look. But this is what we got going. Guys, I appreciate you following my videos. I'm up to, I think it was 56 subscribers. Would love to see more. My goal is probably about 500 right now, and then keep it on going. But please like and subscribe to the videos. Keep following the builds. I know we haven't gotten a lot to show really, but I'm trying to show off what I can think of and what we've done. And just please follow the builds. I know some people are interested definitely in it. Some people are just like, eh. So each to their own, but the more likes, followers, subscribers I get, notifications, if you guys want to click the bell, ring it, and we'll keep putting out the videos. I'm trying to do one every week, if not every 2 weeks, but when it gets wintertime, it could slow me down a bit because snow, and we don't have a garage. I do it all right here in the backyard. That's why we got the name Briarhopper's Backyard Projects. I'm from Kentucky, so we do what we can. I think it's coming along, so if anybody wants to support the builds, I definitely appreciate it. If anybody's interested in parts, more than welcome to comment below. I'm going to try and start a Facebook that's just for the page, separate from my regular Facebook. That way everyone can follow it, and I'll post parts. Whatever we got to do to get the ball rolling on that as well. But I appreciate everything from everybody. Appreciate all the good comments, the likes, the subscribes, guys. It just makes me really happy because I'm trying to get this up off the ground. I'm doing the best I can. Work all week and just get time on the weekends when I can. But thank you all, and you'll have a blessed day.